He guided them by the skillfulness of his hands. Did you hear that? You don't have to make noise to make news. Just have skill. The world will look for you. I see the world look for you. Build on your expertise, and the world will respect you for it. You may be asking, how do I acquire skill? How do I what? Acquire skill. Skill is acquired through training. Through what? Formal or informal. Skill is acquired through training, informal or formal. Training is the establishment of a development program towards the accomplishment of your assignment. Training is the establishment of a development program towards the accomplishment of your assignment. It is training that turns trash into treasure. It is training that turns what? Into treasure. In Genesis 14 verse 14, he said, and when Abraham heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants. He had what? Born in his house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. Abraham carried 318 trained servants for war. Came back with victory. The skill they acquired was what made them conquer. Is that true, sir? They were trained, so they had skill to go and fight. Without skill, you don't have a future. And there's no gift of skill. Am I talking to you? Many of us don't go for skill. David, when you get home, you read. I'm not going to read all that. 1 Samuel chapter 2, 22. 1 Samuel 22, 1 to 3. 1 Samuel 23, verse 8. David carried a crop of battered, shattered, beaten men together and began to train them. The Bible says he became a captain over them. Later, these men became men of valor. They were strong enough. People had nothing, but training made them. They became strong men. And they used them to go and conquer everywhere. Is that true, sir? Say training. Say training. Skill has to be consciously acquired, either formally or informally. When it comes to formal training, hear this. Formal training is what you receive from educational institutions. Am I going to go with you? You went to school. It sets the pace for your future, while informal training tends towards personal development. Personal what? Informal training is most effective and delivers more result. Formal training, you went to school, they taught you mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, you learned English. Yes, that's formal training. Informal is personal development, where you develop yourself to become something. Am I going to go with you? What makes great is not formal training. What makes great is informal training. Without personal development, you won't go far in any assignment. Hear this. Hear this truth. Over 95% of people celebrated today in any field of endeavor are not made by what they learned in school. Rather, self-development made them. Many are schooled but not trained. Many have degrees but cannot deliver any good. Schooling is periodic, is based on calendar. Training is for lifetime. Until you are trained, you cannot reign. Even Jesus, the Son of God, had to stay under the teachings of the doctors and the law to learn. Am I going to go with you? Luke chapter 2 verse 46. Thank God, for instance, for the Bible school you've attended as a pastor. But hear me. If you want to be outstanding, you must embrace personal development to be skillful on how to know the kind of message to preach that will bless the people. Otherwise, you confuse them. Stop celebrating degrees in theology. Start imparting lives through your personal development. Only experts excel. And expertise is a product of training and personal development. Come on, sir, here. Am I talking to you? If the iron be blunt, it shall be more. But wisdom is profitable to hear this. Why you need skill is this. If you see a fine house, you look at the house, you say this house is fine. The same cement, the same wood, the same materials, but give the things to, let me explain to you. You bring an unskilled man and a skilled person and give them the same thing to build two houses. One will build it, it will be crooked. The same products, the same materials. Have you seen houses in some places, you say, what did they do here? But in the same cement, the same what? The same thing. Another one, a skilled man laid the blocks, plastered the walls, and he said, this building is so fine, but the same products. One was done by somebody who was not skilled, so it looks as if it's nasty, but the same products. So it is not money, it is skill that markets. Paper does not market. What markets is skill. You didn't come to this church because I have AAA in Bible school. Your paper does not market you. It's your skill that markets you. Did you hear what I said now? How many architects have you ever paid because they have A in architecture, first class? You paid them because they design good work. True? Okay. So without skill, you don't have a future. Do you go to a salon because she has A in cosmetology? You go to the salon because you can do your hair well. Am I talking? It's a skill. It's a skill. Am I talking to you? So everybody should develop your skill. We fast, we don't develop our skill. Am I talking to you? All Messi did was to develop what? His skill. All Ronaldo did was to develop what? His skill. None of them was given a separate leg. They have the same 10 toes with the other. But Ronaldo traps the ball, take it, put it at the back, and hit it. It's a ball, pay him. Am I talking to you? For 8 matches, he scored 7 goals. It's a skill. You block him anyhow, he must find a way to score. Anyhow you defend him, he will position himself to score. Scoring is part of him. Last year he played what kind of ball I've never seen. Everybody played free kick up, he played free kick when everybody went up, it went down. It's a skill. Everybody jumped. Normally to hit, he just pushed the ball under, first of his kind. And they gave him 4th football of the year. Skill. It's a skill. Was he a gift? No. Even singing, you need skill. Everything you need what? Skill. So it's time to make moves needed for skill acquisition so you can begin to cause waves in your field. May the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. Go for training. Go for what? And acquire skill. Formal or informal. Make sure you are trained to acquire skill. If you're a doctor, with all humility, do you know that our medicine in Nigeria is 30 years behind? Medicine in Nigeria is 30 years behind. What they are practicing today is obsolete. It's outdated. And we have brilliant people, very brilliant doctors. Our doctors are brilliant. But they need to improve their skill. Because the equipment and what we are using is obsolete. There's no mortality problem in the Western world, but children still die to today, you know that. But a child will die 9 months. It's strange in the advanced world. They say, what are you talking? A baby to die in the womb? It's not done anywhere. Before the baby gets to that point, it has been dictated and bring out the baby. But you know, even doctors, children die in the womb. Doctor, there was a doctor from another church that came here. The baby died in the womb. That's a doctor. She's a medical doctor herself. We're operating where? 30 years. They have to improve their skill. They've gone to school, now personal development. Most of our diagnoses are wrong. 95% of our complicated diagnoses are wrong. I've been privileged to notice they tell you this one, and you go outside the country, they tell you something else, you say, wow. The two don't go together. Why? Skill. What is it? It's not a gift. It's not a... They have first class, but you eat the paper. Otherwise, how come almost all our medical cases are transferred abroad? So if they develop their skill, they will make money. Simple. That's what I'm coming. Just all they need to develop their skill, and all the money going outside will come to Nigeria, for instance. No. If you know how much foreign exchange goes out of Nigeria for medical treatment per a year, it's in billions of dollars. So all needed is Nigerian doctors to improve their skill, and the money will come back home. Come on, here. So there's money here. But do you know how many people travel like this into India, America, and England for treatment? A year, billions of dollars. No skill here. So even the doctors, they fear you. But go outside. So ask myself, the medicine they read is not the same to the people that read. The doctor tell you this treatment, take this by abroad. So you wonder whether his own paper is not the same. So because they have refused to prove their what? Skill. That's simple. That's what we are talking about, smart work. So all the doctors do to prove their skill, and then people come looking for them. Come on, sir, here. Smart workers are fast thinkers. So they think, okay, what is making people to go abroad? So let me employ the foreigners, make here conducive. I will build the quarters for the same Indian doctors to live here, build the quarters for an American doctor to come here, and simple. And then I register him with Nigerian Medical Association, and then I make my money. Skill. Smart workers think. So all the money going outside, I think part of it will be here. So no doctor can be poor here. There's more money in Nigeria than going to work outside as a doctor. Let me just bring an hospital of international standard in Nigeria. The same hospital. The Dubai hospital is owned by an Indian. The American hospital. The man just established it and brought American system to that place, and that's all. So if I bring an hospital here with that same standard, I'll be a multi-billionaire. Yeah, I'm giving you expo. Consult me. Smart work. Smart what? They've gone to school. Brilliant people, but they're not smart. Did you hear what I said? As I said, smart work is different from what? Our doctors are the most brilliant people all over the world. But they are not rich, but they are not smart, most of them. Life story, there was a worker who we prayed for, he had cancer of the foot. A professor of dermatology in Nigeria treated him for 2 months, could not tell him what to do, the leg was decaying. I said, hey, this guy is dying. Fly him to India. He came by the diagnosis it was cancer of the foot. And I said, what was this professor doing with you then? And that's a professor of dermatology. And this guy leg would have been amputated in Nigeria. It was almost been amputated. But he came back now, you would never know that guy had cancer of the foot. Did you hear what I said? In this church, we pay the bills. The guy leg would have been decayed. They are behind, 30 years behind. I don't mean to insult you, I respect you. But I must tell you the truth also. So you don't just carry paper, you know, I made first class. The life is gone beyond paper. Has gone to the level of skill. Come on, sir, here. Am I talking to you? Number 5. Are you flowing? Smart work. What do we say? Every problem is what? Money. One of the areas that Nigeria has plenty of money is the health sector. If any doctor has what I have in my head, he'll be rich. Consult me, I'll give you blueprint. Do you know, have you ever felt that anybody who retires from Shell don't do well in business? Have you experienced that? I have not seen a Shell retiree that did well in business. You know the reason? You know the reason? Maybe I think a lot, because I was not too sharp. So when I became born again, I asked God for wisdom. Maybe that's why. You know why? In Shell, they teach you how to walk, they don't teach you how to think. They allow thinking to be for the Dutchman, allow work to be for the Nigerian. So you walk and retire. They think from there and give you to work here. So when a man retires, a first class student brain has been dormant. He's been working very hard, but he's not been thinking very hard. They teach them how to what? They don't teach them how? They allow thinking to be for the white man in Holland and allow work to be for the black man in Nigeria. So they finish the work and send it to him to execute in Nigeria. So that every day he will depend on the man from Holland. He's earning big money, so when he retires, his brain has not been thinking. Any assignment does not allow you to think, you are rotting away. Number 5. Am I with you? I think a lot. I don't know why. I think a lot. I take 1 year to ask for wisdom. 1 year. I was not brilliant. I don't think I was brilliant. I was an average person. But when I became born again, I told God to give me wisdom for 1 year. So everything I see, I pick sometimes. If I see something, I pick. Anything I see, I pick. I was not like that before. I failed before. But now my brain is like a magnet. Tap! I pick everything. Because I ask God for the wisdom of God. I was speaking to some young men working with LG. I say, all to bring revolution is 5 revolutionary young men from LG. I won't tell you what I told them because it's on tape. I told them, I say, 5 young men from LG will bring a revolution. I said, don't need to be in LG more than 5 years. I said, 5 years they leave LG. They are not supposed to be employed. I said, you are not supposed to be in LG more than 5, 10 years. And I told them what to do. The boy said, woo! Papa! Woo! I never saw it this way. It came for something else. I was talking with me, saying, I work with LG. I said, thank God for the salary they pay you, but you are too much. Create that job for those who are looking for work. You leave that place after now. I said, I need 5 of you to bring a revolution. And I told him what to do. He said, I never saw it this way. Stay there. They are paying me in Shell. Shell teach you how to? Don't teach you how to? Number 5. They say we employ you to work, we don't employ you to think. Otherwise, why will everybody retire from Shell not succeed in business? Because they are not thinking. They are brilliant, but the thinking is done outside and brought to them to execute here. You assemble motor here. They don't tell you to manufacture it here. So any day they go back, the technology is with them. They do everything and bring it and say, what are you assembling? They should tell you to also create some parts here. Am I going to go with you? So your brain began to work. So don't bring those parts. We'll make those parts locally here to put in this motor. So the brain of the engineers will begin to work. But now they just finish everything and tell you to assemble. So every day just assemble. You already know where the nut will fix now. And you made first class mechanical engineering. So they say, keep your brain. Let's produce the Hyundai in Korea and give to you here. Hyundai. Hyundai or Hyundai? What is the proper name? Hyundai or Hyundai. On CNN you hear the pronunciation and say, are you what? Hyundai. Hyundai. Number 5. Be a lifelong learner. Let me do and close with you before we go home. Be a lifelong what? Be a lifelong learner. If you want to be a productive, smart worker, be a lifelong what? Proverbs chapter 2, 3-5. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Is to be a smart worker, you must be a lifelong learner. When you stop learning, you stop earning. When you stop learning, you stop what? Earning. Nothing empowers like applied knowledge. Go for information in your chosen field of endeavor. To be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. Hear this. You cannot fail with facts. There is no substitute for information in your quest for a change of position. Not even intercession can substitute for information. Being informed is not just knowing, not just having knowledge of something. It is possessing a working knowledge of that thing. Am I coming to go with you? The more informed you are, the greater results you command in your assignment. Unfortunately, hear this, learning stops for many as soon as they graduate from school. As unfortunately, learning stops for many as soon as they graduate from school. Abraham Lincoln said, and I quote him, "I don't think much of any man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday." We live in a changing world, so you have to keep pace with current knowledge. Henry Ford once said, and I quote him, "Anyone who stops learning is old, either at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young." Unquote. Information requires discipline. It does not jump on people. It is only available to explorers. Information is a product of intelligent search. Hear this truth. Nobody is responsible for where you are but you. Not even the devil. The main problem is lack of appropriate information. No matter your calling, profession, or career, without relevant information, you don't have a future. We learn by two ways. We learn by reading and by observation. By what? We learn by reading and by observation. So if you want information, you either read or use your eyes to look. And wisdom speaks in the street. Where does wisdom speak? You learn as you go on the streets. Of recent, I've discovered that wisdom speaks more on the streets. You know why? The practicality of life is seen when you look at things on the street. True wisdom is learned on the street. Where did Solomon get everything from? As I was looking, he said, "I saw even the spiders, how they display in the palace." He said, "They create a web in the palace." Even a madman, by wisdom, knows that death has no second chance. If he dies, he won't come back. So when he sees sky, he jumps. Who told him? Wisdom. That if he dies, he's useless. So even when nobody testifies, even the master, when the car comes, he jumps away. No madman sees the car and jump inside. Wisdom speaks in the streets. Am I talking to you? So every time you walk on the road, your eyes must not be closed, because everything speaks wisdom. Everything speaks what? Wisdom. So you don't learn only in school or through books. You learn by your eyes open. Am I talking to you? Everything I look at, I see something in it. Nobody taught me that how do people don't succeed in Shell. I just asked myself, why do people come from Shell don't succeed? And I watch clearly. I said, they teach them how to work, don't teach them how to think. They left the thinking in Holland and brought the work to Africa. So a Shell man works very well. Then they make sure the thinking comes from there, so that they will still be useful. So they go to course there, and they give them small information, they left the rest here. So the man retires, he can't function again. So they pay him heavy money to go and die. Am I talking to you? So there has to be a paradigm shift. Nobody taught me. I just looked at life and I said, I was looking to a documentary, I was listening to a documentary of King Jaja of Opobo. So wisdom speaks. And Opobo was founded between 1868 to 1870. Opobo was founded around 1870. Now, less than 200 years. Are you aware that King Jaja was the wealthiest Nigerian in his time? I'm not saying somebody told me, I listened to the documentary. He was the richest Nigerian in his time. He was the most influential ruler in his time. He had an American working for him as a staff. He had a Caribbean working for him as a staff. His own secretary was an American. American, not pure American, working for him as a staff. The King Jaja of Opobo. Yet, less than 200 years, there cannot be any trace of that wealth. What was responsible? Find out on Sunday. Not even his third generation in his family has the wealth. Listen, even the gift of wisdom can become stale if you don't learn from others. Because iron sharpeneth iron. Iron does not sharpen itself. If you are not rubbing your mind with others, you will soon be dull. To remain relevant in your chosen field of endeavor, you must be a continuous learner. Anything that is better than what you are doing, learn and improve on what you are doing. Am I talking to you? Finally, number 6. Put the 3 D's to work. Put what? 3 D's to work. Diligence, dedication, and discipline. And I close with it. I just added that one. Put these 3 D's to work. Diligence, dedication, and discipline. The 3 D's. I call them 3 D's. Put the 3 D's to work. Diligence, dedication, and discipline. Diligence connotes thorough and proper attention to work. Diligence connotes what? Proper, thorough attention to work. Proverbs 10 verse 4. The hand of the diligent maketh rich. You have to painstakingly, earnestly, and persistently work at your work. You have to work painstakingly, earnestly, persistently work at your work. Refuse to be a jack of all trades and master of none. Have a touch of excellence. If you want to be a smart worker, have a touch of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 10. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do with all thy mind. Be dedicated. Put the whole of your heart and the total being into the work you are found to do. Don't trivialize any work, because there is no work that is ordinary. Every assignment is worth giving it your very best. We have seen in this church pepper grinders becoming house owners. Am I talking to you? No work is small. It is dedication to it that makes it progress. Dedication is deadly commitment to your assignment. Jesus speaking in John chapter 4, 32 to 34. Hear what he said. John 4, 32 to 32 to 34. John 4, 32 to 34. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that you know not of. Therefore said the disciple one to another, had any man brought him aught to eat? And he said, Jesus said to them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me, to finish his work. Did you hear that? Do you know what? To finish what? Jesus never allowed things around to distract him. He was resolutely dedicated. People want to be smart. Don't allow smart things to do what? This dedication implies being there at the place of work and not roaming everywhere. It is time to work smartly with amazing results. And I see you get that result in Jesus' name. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 9. It said the profit of the earth. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. I'm just summarizing. So the profit comes from the field, which is the place of work. The profit of the earth is for all. You know where the profit is? Where you work. Where is the profit? The blessing is for all. But smart work is the key to take delivery of the blessing to you. The blessing is for what? But what will make you take delivery is what? Smart work. He said, I bring my body into subjection. That is self-discipline. That's what? 1 Corinthians 9, 24 to 27. Become a law to yourself. Don't wait for supervision before doing any work. Refuse to make excuses. Refuse to make what? Why you cannot work. Don't make excuses why you cannot work. Smart workers don't give excuse. Any assignment given to them, they carry it out. They will always find a way to do it. When you see a worker giving excuses, it's not a smart worker. A smart worker will always find a way out. When you want to see a dull worker, a worker that is useless, excuse. If you are always giving excuse, know that you are useless in your office. Any assignment given to you, find a way out, no matter how difficult it is. Am I talking to you? Why would this man give me this kind of work for what? He hates me. No. If he hates you, that is why you should do it, to prove to him that you are loaded. Don't see work as punishment, see it as punishment. God does not punish with work, he punishes us with work. Stop complaining. Someone, don't use your work time, I've told you, for social media, phone calls, gist. Refuse to be the type that will only work when they tell you they will sack you. Be disciplined with time. Set targets with which you must deliver any assignment given to you. Be serious with your work. Be serious with what? There is no serious person with assignment that they can sack. Put your brain to work. Number one, make sure you have a stable state of mind. Number two, be a thinker. Be a what? Number three, be a planner. Number four, have skill. Number five, live a lifelong learner. If you see a better way to do something, change the way you used to do before. Am I talking to you? And embrace the 3 Ds of discipline, dedication, and that is how to be a smart worker. Respect time. Respect what? Now, this is how you know whether something has entered you. This night, write all you will do tomorrow. If you leave this night, you still did not write the things you will do tomorrow, it just shows that you are still stupid. It's not coming to such services that makes, just this night, well, when I go to office tomorrow, 8 o'clock, this I do every day. I do it every day. As I will sleep, if I sleep late, because it depends on how I sleep. If I sleep late, I'll say when I wake up in the morning, first I'll read 10 chapters. Second, I will pray. Third, I'll call 1, 2, 3, and I'll put the names of the people as I want to give them assignment. I'll say my PA to find out and cancel this appointment. 4, this person, pastors, call them, and from communication, I'll talk to them, hold a meeting with them. And that's what I do. I just swim from here and I hold a meeting. And I'll sit there and say, yes, what are you saying? Give me a report of what I said yesterday. I say 5, I'll do this. 6, I'll do this. This, I have meeting like tomorrow now. I know I have meeting after workers meeting. I have to address workers. The topic I will address, what do I address them? I'll write it. What do? I'll read this one. I'll prepare everything for Sunday service. I make sure it's available in my hands so I can go through the message one more time. Go through it again. I say, yes, Saturday I go through it again. So I already know my program. So you cannot come now and say, let's go to Bolo. I won't follow you. I will not follow you because it's not part of my... But if you don't have it written down, somebody can just come and say, that's very important in Bolo. We just say, okay, let's go. No, I already have my day lined up. If you come, I'll just tell you, speak with me on phone because you are coming to intrude into my program. And most times, What you talk on phone for 5 minutes, if you come face to face, you talk it for 1 hour. 5 minutes is done. Why will you talk with me? Because if you see someone face to face, first, before you even talk, greeting start. How now? This way, a day like this, are you okay? But if it's phone, you will be telling me all that kind of thing. Just say yes, 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 yes. Now, instruction number 1, instruction number 2, instruction number 3. Carry out. God bless you. Bam. I save my time. I save my... Instead of me wasting my time, won't I rest and get the energy I've wasted, I've burned off on Sunday 5 services? Am I talking to you? Smart workers use their brain. Use their what? Use their brain. Do more of brain work than muscle work. And in this part of the world, we like muscle work. You see the man very serious in the office. Sweating. For what? I want to sweating. Carry file. Moving up and I say, for what? I will think that person is working. Many people who move like that, they achieve nothing. And you see that they move, sweat like that. They go, say, they go, manager, that file, can I bring it? Nothing. If you bring your eyes down. And every time you see yourself running around, know that you didn't plan your work. Check the day you plan. You can just sit down like this and achieve more. But the day you didn't plan, you see yourself when you get up. Because you didn't plan the day, just model up so many things. And you get to say, one of these, anytime I'm stressed, I'm under pressure, just know you are not a planner. Planners don't come under pressure. I don't come under pressure. 2 ways to know that you're not planning is when you come under pressure. Pressure is an indication you didn't plan your day. When you plan your day, pressure won't come because you know when each one will. You know the time. So if somebody wants to through, they say, please put him at the gate. I can't see him now. This guy will disturb me. There are people who come, they sap your time. So you tell somebody strict to handle them. Am I coming to you? For those who are managers, I'll teach something later. If you are very soft, have a very hard person in front. Let the person protect you and take the blame. When I see people abuse my PA, I'll be laughing. I say, God bless this young man, I beg. You don't know what you're doing to save me. When I say, sir, your PA is not friendly. I say, hey, why now? But me, I say, God bless this young man. You, the way you're talking, if you meet me, will I survive? Say, sir, I've told you for 15 times now, you can't even give appointment to me. I said, oh, sorry, now sorry. But you know what? I can't give appointment. Instead, the one will give you appointment. So meet him. And I've seen your reaction. I said, if you this was stay with me, it will take 2 hours. So if you are a director, get a very hard man to be your defense. Minister of Defense. That's wisdom. That's what? So he blocks all the stress that will come to you and he takes it. And a good Minister of Defense does not refer to the boss. Don't say my boss said. Once somebody quote a boss, sack him. He takes the blame. So when I see workers say, Papa, say, make we not see you, I just say, sack him. Change him. Change him. He's not a good man. A good armor bearer takes the blame to save his boss. Am I talking to you? That's how. So if you employ people, don't employ somebody who has your own qualities. Let's employ somebody who can cover your deficiencies. Someone like me, if you just cry to me, I can bring him every morning in my pocket and give you. So you can imagine me employing somebody like that to work with me. I won't save any kobo. So I employ a man who can say, no, sir, that guy is just faking it. So he can filter the genuine ones to come to me because me, if you like, tell lies, I will be no this time. Once I see you cry, that's all. And people say, just go, cry from. Just cry from. So you can imagine me employing a PA who will just say yes. There will be no service. He will just be saying, bring everything. He said, what is the money for? So we screen you and screen you. By the time you pass the screening, you to know that you pass. But me, no screening. What is the school fees? School fee, how much? He said, okay, bring the money. So I said, sir, now this guy is playing you games. People have played me, so I said, bring a tough man. Put a tough man in front. Since me, I'm soft. Cover me here. That's wisdom. That's what? Smart workers don't employ people that cannot cover your deficiency. Let me tell you, all of you who are company owners, don't employ dull people. Whether it's your elder brother, sack him. I know you won't like that. Can I tell you the truth? Can I tell you the truth? And if I tell you, you will think I'm hard. Can I tell you the truth? Can I tell you the truth? If I'm in government, 50% of government workers will be sacked. Ask me why. They are doing nothing. They are doing. The same man goes to work in the oil company. His head comes. It goes. How can a man